Hello everybody, I'm Electro Llama. I'm going to show off my Minecraft settlement, the Electro Llama estate. This is my first kind of real playthrough of Minecraft, but I have enough hours in this world that I'm not really a beginner anymore. So yeah, kind of show off what I have. So this is my house. I used an online image for reference of kind of the stilted, like the house on stilts design. This is like, ooh, it'd be nice to have some stuff kind of under the house. I imagined I would have a bunch of farm stuff under here, which I did do in this section, but I left these two sections open just because it's kind of nice to have the open space. Some furnaces under the house, some useful things. I'll show you the inside. Got my enchanter's table, some more useful things, some music, and my bed. I'm not really that into the interior decorating, but so like the inside's kind of standard and not that fancy. But here's all my storage. It's kind of a nice attic area. Here's my what's it called again? Yeah, you guys will probably, you're like, of course you should know what that is. Yeah, I didn't actually get, I know you can get these from the end, I think, but I didn't actually get this one. Someone else got it and then abandoned it because it actually pushed them off a ledge and killed them. So they're like, screw it, and so they got rid of this one and got a different one. So I adopted this one. And I have it tied up because it's a troublemaker, but it also has a piece of cake. That was part of me getting the achievement. There's an achievement where you have it, you try to get it to drop the cake onto a music block. So up the hill, I have my pet llamas. These are also adopted. I'm not sure why there's a villager in there, but I guess he thinks he's a llama. Same with the armadillo back there. Oh, this guy's not supposed to be outdoors. Huh, I've never seen him outdoors before. Alright, the farm area over the water, that's kind of my my first farm area. I think it came out pretty nice. I'd use it to make wheat for bread, and I'd make the bread in here, put the leftovers in this hopper, which converts it into bone meal, which I don't really use. Here's the other minecart track that I have. It actually goes through the jungle and goes to our a shared area, the Noob Cathedral. Little dock. And in addition to my house, I have two guest houses. Guest house 1, guest house 2. Go through this little nature walkway. See, there's some more stuff over there. Got my sugarcane farm, my aminals. Mostly decided to keep cows, not really for the food, but for the leather to make books. Here's some more llamas. I think this one's actually, is this one the tamed one? No, that one's already owned by a trader. I'll show this off real quick too. It's an automatic harvesting system. This is kind of when I was first experimenting with automating things. I actually didn't have the redstone initially. It was just, I would just like manually place water buckets in the corners. And these are shaped in a way that they're like evenly, the water evenly flows on the whole thing. It's kind of nice. Here's my tavern. This is one of the newest buildings that I have. It's currently being run by a llama. Here are the rooms that are currently occupied. Some cake. And I'll show off this building back here. It's kind of, I looked up some redstone circuits. Look, does, I think it's 8 pulses. So that's a pulse generator. And then if we go back in, oh, maybe I ran out of bread. Should be bread in these. Yeah, I ran out of bread. Oh, that one had some. Oh yeah, now there's a little one. So I have bread dispensers in both these rooms. So that's how I make more villagers. And here is my marketplace. I've got some librarians, armor smith, weaponsmith, cleric, farmers. So I got most of my emeralds from the farmers. Show off how I do farming later. Got my hose, boots and pants and boots and pants. And then 2 other ones that are I just built. I'll populate. Also just built these. They're still kind of under construction. You can see some of the roof wool pieces aren't constructed yet. Yeah, these I also got inspiration from online photos. Here, I'll give you an overhead view so you can see all the colors. It's kind of nice. Alright, so that other farming area was sort of a prototype for this. There's a much larger farming area. It's actually deceivingly large in terms of how much seed you need. So you can sort of try to estimate how many stacks of seeds do you need to actually fill up this whole thing. So pause the video if you want to guess. You could probably do some quick mental math to estimate. They actually need 12 stacks of seeds to fill up this whole thing. And it takes me about like a little over 5 minutes to do that. I have this redstone, which is on daily circuit. So this is actually a pulse divider. So even though this activates once a day, this makes it so a pulse generates once every 3 days. Which releases water, and I'll show off kind of what this looks like. It is also spaced so that the water covers the entire area. And then once it gets halfway, it kind of funnels into that corner over there. Yeah, this is a smaller version, so this is also on a cycle. Let's see what the cycle is. So that's actually going to activate tomorrow in game. It's just a smaller version so that I have kind of a more continuous supply of produce that I can trade for emeralds. Here's a sinkhole that just kind of was already here. Goes into a nice cavern. Been using this water trick a lot for sinkholes. Yeah, I originally had this whole thing covered in torches, but it's actually kind of nice to have some dark areas so that you still have some mobs spawning. Here's my cherry orchard. Cherry trees are actually kind of easy to grow once you have one going, because 1 tree's worth of leaves yields like usually around 3 or 4 saplings. So it's pretty easy to, you just like chop one down and then you can plant a few more in its place. Yeah, that's pretty much all of my homestead. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. I guess I didn't really mention this tree in the center, which I actually built block by block. Wanted kind of a nice centerpiece to my town. Oh, here's another kind of farming area. I was learning about supplying water to water these blocks. It's also one that I just kind of use for decoration nowadays. I'll show you the inside of one of these guest houses. It's kind of a simple small area with a bed, crafting table, and a chest. So if we ever do any expeditions and they need kind of a respawn point, they can come. People can come here. The theme for a lot of the houses, you'll notice that it has copper roofs. And while I was building these, I actually didn't know that if you use a grindstone, you can get copper stair pieces for way less copper than building them normally. Normally, I think out of like one full stack of copper ore, you end up getting, I think it's like 2 or 3 roof pieces. So this was built with many stacks of copper ore. But if you use a grindstone, it's like 9 copper ore gives you 1 stair piece. So it's like a way better trade-off. So yeah, that's my my homestead. Oh, I guess the other thing I didn't show off is the this mine area. Oh yeah, and then this is a clay farm. So you start out with dirt, then you use a water bottle, like a glass bottle, and then you can turn the dirt into mud, and then these dripstone stalactites convert the mud into clay. I built that because in our shared area we have a villager that trades for clay. Here's one of the other new things that I made is a nice handy nether portal and some nether wart growing here. Down here is kind of just a normal cave that's pretty much cleared out. I think there's still an amethyst down there that I haven't really harvested. So I'll show you the ice highway. This is a nice method that we use for getting around. This is all blue ice, so it took a little while to harvest, but it's very handy. You can travel long distances in the nether. And I've labeled all of the different exits. Like this is, we're already at South Portal, which in the overworld is like kind of the extent of how far I've traveled on foot. Yeah, I think this goes all the way down. Let's see, I haven't finished placing all the ice, but it eventually goes all the way down to minus 8,000 or 9,000. Here's the nearest woodland mansion. It's down that way. And then some stairs to get down to the main part of the nether. So you'll see that the height of this is kind of like at the very top of the nether, which is nice because it's above a lot of caverns and things, so you don't have to worry about building too many bridges. Just keep digging and you're usually okay. Ooh, I forgot I didn't have any, I'm not wearing any gold right now. Pop on some gold pants. Here, I'll show my character too. It's a llama. Inspired by a trade llama. You can see the scarf is kind of like the scarf that the trade llamas have. It's interesting. I got the kind of face design from online, but a lot of this is just kind of, I just kind of played around with it until I got something that looked good. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of what I have to show off in Minecraft. Thanks for watching. Stop recording.